Hey yo, this is Dash, and this is your opportunity to ask me anything you want to. Well, almost anything. If you guys don't know, if you weren't around for last year, during the month of December, when barbecue views are down, we gotta do something to help get those views back up. That being said, what I'm gonna do for the month of December is you guys get to ask me almost anything. So all you have to do is leave a comment down below, ask me your question, and I hopefully will get to respond to it in the form of a video. So don't be bashful. It really won't take more than about half the month to hopefully get enough questions for me to answer and do a video every single day. I really would like for you to ask me a question down in the comments below. Thanks as always for watching, and I hope to answer your question soon.
Okay, we are back at it, and this should be episode 21 in the Ask Dash series. Why am I dressed kinda like Santa? Ho ho ho. Because Johnny. That's why. If you didn't see it, I think it was episode 17. He asked me to dress up like Santa. So, I dressed up like Santa. Anyway, the next couple questions are coming to us from Mike Hall from Cars and Q's with Mike. He says, where do you see your barbecue company in 5 years? Man, I have no idea. I am a go with the flow type dude. I won't say I don't plan, but I kind of go where the winds take me. If something happens and it pushes me to one direction and I start doing this, then that's what I'll do. If something comes up and I can, get into a trailer or a truck or a brick and mortar or something along those lines, then that's what I'll do. I'm not going to I'm not going to block my blessings. I had someone tell me this before. It was actually a woman who was giving us some canned goods. A parent at the kids' school. She has foster kids or adopted kids, and what happens is she gets, she gets food, or she got food for her adopted and or foster kids, and she said they get too much, or she gets too much. So she came to me and she says, hey, I know you have 3 kids. And she's like, I need you to she said, take a case of this. And I'm like, no. I'm so very appreciative that you would even think, to help us out and do all these different things. I said, but we're good. I don't need that. Make sure, I'm not saying give it to someone more in need, but that's what I told her. And she stopped me and she says, don't block your blessings. And yes, ma'am. Sure. It's one of those things where you just kind of, I won't say humbled, but I was grateful that she said, hey, I see you out here with your kids, and you're doing what you need to do with and for your family here at the school, and you're always doing different things at the school and blah blah blah. And she's like, here, I'm gonna help you guys out. I have extra. I'm gonna pay it forward. And I was like, no, you kind of. She stopped me right then and there and was like, don't block your blessings. Okay, enough said. So Mike, I don't know where I'm gonna be in 5 years, but if something drops into my lap, falls into my lap, and it's one of those deals where it's like, I kind of have to try. I kind of have to, see what happens, or we can at least give it a shot. Okay, that's more or less how or what I would do. So I don't know where I'm gonna be in 5 years, man. Like I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, let alone 5 years from now. 5 years is a very long time, and no time at all. What's crazy is recently I just celebrated 15 years with my company. Now, of course, I had a bridge in service from when I got laid off and things like that, but I've been with my company through different companies for 15 years total service. So yeah, who da thunk it? So next one is also coming from Mike. He says, what is the one cook you want to do, and who would you like to cook with, YouTube wise, in your area? Now that is pretty deep. What is the one cook you want to do, and who would you like to cook with? Well, I have been talking recently more and more about whole hog, and I've never cooked a whole hog, and I don't want to necessarily say in my area, because unfortunate as it may be, there are not many YouTubers in my area. There's a guy on the Eastern Shore, and there's a guy that I've seen and heard that cooks on the other side of Baltimore. But I don't necessarily, nothing against either one of them. I think I would want to cook with someone who I want to say I could learn a lot more from. But I want to cook, like, I don't even want to cook with just one person. Like, I want to learn, I want to go and cook. Now, I'm sorry, I'm kind of thinking of this, or thinking about this as I'm filming this, obviously. So let me flip that. I want to learn how to cook specific things with specific people. How's that? I would like to learn how to cook a whole hog from Rodney Scott. Okay, I know that Rodney Scott, he's got a whole hog down pat. Okay, and if I can learn how to cook whole hog from Rodney Scott, someone who's been cooking whole hog not his whole life, but he built his company on cooking whole hog, that would be, that would warm my heart. Okay, I would not mind cooking with people who are culinary geniuses. Like, if I could cook with, like, Anthony Bourdain, bring somebody back from the dead, Anthony Bourdain, or other YouTubers, like, I'm really a fan of Adam Ragusea. I've talked about Adam Ragusea. Josh, is it Wiseman? I like Josh Wiseman. The Binging with Babish. All of those guys have production and video quality that is far superior than mine. So those would be some folks that I wouldn't mind cooking with. And now here's the next thing. I want to cook with some of you guys. I would like to be the mentor, that big brother, that, voice of reason, to that hand. Sometimes you need that helping hand. I want to cook with some of you guys. I've said in the past that if I can get to the point where my YouTube channel sustains itself and I bring in enough income and I can take this show on the road and like cook with some of you guys, that to me would be like dope. Like, if I could drive, a 12 to 15 hour distance, go and cook with somebody, spend a day or two with somebody, cook with them, cook a couple different things on their cookers to help them be better at cooking on their equipment. Let's figure it out. Let's figure out why you're having problems. Let's diagnose it. Let's get it right. And if I could do that to me would be something that I would want to do. I don't have anybody off the top of my head that I would want to say I want to cook with this person in this specific area. I would like to help someone else. I would like to teach someone else, and at the same time learn from others as well. So the one person that comes to mind, again, because the notoriety, the fame of the whole hog cooks that he does, is Rodney Scott. But other than that, I don't have any other like barbecue YouTubers that I would want to be like, oh, I want to cook with this person, or I want to cook with that person. I mean, I think I would want to cook with certain people to hear different stories and to just fellowship with, but not necessarily to, unless I can learn something. How about that? And I think that's the main thing. Either I want to learn something from that other person, or I want to help teach that other person something. Hopefully, through my indigestion, you got a good sense of how. But I think ultimately, I would want to learn from somebody, and then on the converse, I would want to teach and go out and be able to travel and help other folk cook. And, you know, sometimes just, like, I would love to meet some of you guys who are, like, comment a lot, some of you guys who are patrons, some of you guys who are very active in my comments, in my community, okay? And just hang out and cook with you. It doesn't have to be like a lesson necessarily per se. Sometimes we could just hang out and shoot the breeze, maybe do a live stream on the road or live at some point, and once everything kind of goes back to normal. But I'm sure we could figure something along those lines out, Mike. And it's just crazy. Who would I like to cook with? I think the sky's the limit with that one, man. Because as I'm sitting here thinking about it, man, it's just spitballing and snowballing, and we could do so much with that. Of course, when and or if it gets to that point. So maybe let's speak it into existence that maybe within 5 years I'm not sitting in one place and I'm not cooking at home. I'm cooking on the road and linking up with some of you guys. So maybe let's, like I said, just tie both of those things in together. Anyway, Mike, thank you so very much for your support. Thank you so very much for asking very good questions. Those were deep. Those were deep questions there, brother. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one.